Alright guys, so here it is, my DM toolkit. No big secrets or anything. Let's get into it. Wrong box. I'll be right back. Hi, I'm Tony, and today we'll be talking about my DM travel toolkit on Tony Talks Tabletop. I'll just go through one by one what everything is, why I have it, what I use it for, and why it might need to change or might not need to. I'll just keep it as it is. So, first things first, we'll get into, there's my little notebook right here. I'm just gonna go like kind of across. I might get to the coins last. So it's my DM notebook. There's some DM notes in the front. And I'll just have a notebook that I kind of scribble in and I just go, and if I need to, I'll go back and check what's in there. Next up, these are just some pens and stuff. Actually, here's a supplementary tool to those. So I have these cards, and if I'm going to give out a, any kind of magical item or whatever, they're just blank, like playing cards. You can write magic item, boom, +1, yay! And now they have a magic item. This one I like to carry because it has a little eraser on it that works. The ink on this one will stick to the card, and it's a little harder to erase. I really like the one that came with the Mausritter box, so carry that as well. I also carry cards, or not cards, sorry, actual pens. And then I have this little, this was a gift. I believe it was from my stepdad, Gilly. And yeah, I just really like this pen. It's got the core of it goes straight through the graphite. So I'm sure you guys have seen these in like little gift shops or something, but I like it. Looks like a wizard just put a piece of graphite in the middle of it. This is just a little separator for this top piece that goes in there. We'll talk about that later. My dice set. So these are, I'm stuck in there. Here, I'll show the camera over here. This is my Q Workshop set. It's just a metal dice set. And it's a little crude case that I made for it. You just pop the D20. I like to kind of just go around. Boom, boom, and then it just like hockey pucks together. Biggity boom. It's a nice little carrying case. Next up, I have these leather bags. I made these a few years back, and I just attached different like claws or tusks or teeth to them from various things. And I used to use these as like denotations of like a horde that you would be choosing from when I was playing in old school Essentials. So, if it was a smaller horde, you'd be getting like copper and silver, maybe an odd gold piece. If you were like, medium up to the boar tusks, then you'd be getting like silver and gold. And then if you went all the way up to the bear tusks, that was like a dungeon treasure hoard you'd be pulling from this one, which was a good system. I also used it when I was playing 5th edition to just give each one of these to a different player, and that was just their coin purse. I also have right here some bone and fossil dice and coins, and this is just a tooth, bear tooth. But yeah, I have some other stuff like that as well that I'm planning on making an entire like bone and fossil set, mostly fossil because that's a lot easier to get legally than a lot of types of bone is, for good reason. So you're kind of limited on your options, but I have here a little handout. I don't always have anything like this with me, but I figured I'd show it just in case, like this is easy enough to fit in there. It's just some of you might be able to actually read this. Here, I think it'd be this way. If you can tell me what it says. you know, might have to send you a prize or something. First person to decode all of it. That was also made for 5th edition D&D. I think you can decode it with just like a, the little language thingy. Anyways, this is my overall notebook. Right now it's being used to design my game, so I don't want to reveal too much, but I print my own booklets and bind them so I can test out the size and everything, so it's not that many pages at the moment, and I still need to do all the art and all that, so eventually I want to reorganize this so that I can fit my rules, my props, everything all in one go. So this will be just a toolkit for my system where it's all in one chest, and if I need to, I can put some extra straps onto the outside of this thing that I can strap books to, but I have a feeling that I'm going to be able to fit my rules in here, even if I need to do like a 2 booklet system, but I think I'll get it done in one, because I was carrying the Old School Essentials rules tome with me when I was DMing for that, and it worked out great. I wasn't able to carry this little wooden boat, like the dice boat, with me, but that's fine. I can sacrifice this, keep my rule book down there, and have a lot more stuff actually going on in my DM toolkit than just having this little boat sitting on the table. So that's fine. This is gonna go. So I know this isn't gonna be in the final toolkit. That's fine. Because the whole point of this right now is to find out what I'm getting rid of, really, and where I can make improvements. So I plan on, because I do leatherworking, I plan on making like a tool belt that I can, if I have books that I need to carry, I can actually like have a belt system that straps them like a book carrying thing, that I can just strap to my belt and just take it off when I get there, lay it down, and pull the books out as I need them, and possibly have a bunch of other stuff with it. As of right now, I want to get this set up to where once I do get my system going, this will be everything that I need to run it. So going further down, these are my dice coins. I got them from apparently just Dice Coins. I really like this set. There's my D3. It's got the whole polyhedral dice set with different like D&D related designs on the front. And there's my Cerberus D3. And all you do is, I'll show actually here, let me use so you just spin it and then you boop, and whatever is to the left of your finger, it's not covered up at all by your finger, is what you rolled. So I rolled a 3. So yeah, they're a pretty fun way if you don't have much space to roll on the table. These things are great. I have a little fossil here that, you know, I like to have in there. This little bag it's another leather bag that I made. I tied it. I just have a set that was gifted to me that I really like, so I keep them in here. Then I have, oh right, I forget about these because they're never used, but I have a bag of platinum coins that I think I've only ever given out like a couple platinum coins in all my years of playing. Like, look at this, 10,000 platinum. When are they gonna use 10,000 platinum? Anyways, so yeah, I guess I should put this with the coins. I might even be able to use these as silver coins going forward. These look much closer to actual silver, especially these ones that I tarnished up. So I might need to maybe order some single platinum coins from these guys. It might work. I only have 5 at the moment, and only 1 that's untarnished, because I think I decided I liked the tarnished look. Then we have these, the coins. So in my game, 100 coppers is 1 silver, and 100 silvers is 1 gold. So that means that 1 gold is 10,000 coppers. There's no reason to get into platinum. We're gonna ignore that. So if a good night's sleep in a tavern and a hot meal is less than 10 coppers, that would mean that a single gold piece would be worth over 1,000 nights good sleep and good meals. You can imagine that I don't really need this much gold. I don't even need this much silver. If they're ever getting a chest full of silver, they're rich now. If they ever see a chest full of gold, on the other hand, they are at the level of play to rule nations. So I have enough for that, plenty. Because, you know, I'm gonna be dealing in single pieces, and if they ever get to the point, I mean, this one's worth 10,000, so I'm set on gold and silver no matter what level they get to. I might want to replace the silver just for aesthetic purposes, because this is more of like an iron look than silver, and this is like a darkened brass look more than gold. Gold is really bright. The copper looks great, so I'm gonna want more copper, just because that's gonna be the main currency, and I'd like to have enough that I can just deal in singles, unless, you know, at any point they're trading a whole bunch, then I can use, you know, these 20 pieces and stuff like that. So that's the coins. Oh yeah, and then there's these stackable dwarven coins. I got most of these coins from campaign coins. Some of them from Norse Foundry. This was the Dwarven set, and then I had some other kind of set. So Norse Foundry did like these ones, and these ones, and I feel like there were, maybe that was it. Maybe they just did those. I felt like I got more from them, but I'm not seeing any and recognizing them right off the top of my head as Norse Foundry coins. So anyways, I'm gonna be getting some coins in the future, but for now, I'm just gonna get it going. I'm gonna put everything into their respective sacks, get everything packaged up so that you guys can see how I did actually get everything packed away for 5th edition. So first things first, let's go here, boom. Let's get all the gold coins in no particular order into here, because when I was doing 5th edition, I just separated them by type of coin and just kind of winged it until I had the bank thing in the top here. And that got decimated when everything got shipped down. So yeah, just kind of gonna go back to type of coin, gold, silver, copper. Worked well enough back when I got the coins. I will be leaving the dwarven coins separate, because they're extremely easy to get to here, and I can tell them that there's different denominations, and I can use these as my personal, like, trading back and forth, or just, you know, have it so that a dwarf trades with them. First things first, I would pack this and get this, scoot it over just a little bit. Pack this in this. Take this in. kind of wedge it in so it's just beneath this lip. I can take, these are the silvers. Over here, once again, just beneath that lip. Take the coppers. Sorry, you heard my stomach. Okay, so it's just beneath that lip. These ones I can even just take and put here. I'll take this guy. And I'll push these to the side. These are just some leather inserts that I cut out. Boom. And I can take these. I'll just carry lots of extra D6s just because. And I can go like this. Put that in there. Put that to the side. Put that in here. Put that in there. Put this. And put that there. And see, here's the thing. When this closes, I need these leather straps that I put here to be able to bend all the way in. See, it doesn't want to close. Oh, right, because the pen. So this guy's got to go here, underneath. Oh, I don't know if I can keep that in there either. I guess I can. And as you can see, I have a lot of room to add some stuff. So, you know, I could add some more coins, I could add some dice, I can add whatever. So as you can see, my case holds quite a bit. It does, however, become quite heavy, as you can imagine, when it's all the way filled up. So this is, you know, it is what it is. I like having all the coins. It's a bit of a sacrifice that I'm willing to make. So this is, I think I had it weighed once and it was, I think altogether this was more than 30 pounds, something like that. I'll have to weigh it again one day, but yeah, feels pretty dang heavy. Here we go. So let's get it unpacked and I'll talk about what I want to add to it. Okay, so obviously there are some things that are going to go. This can go, and if I get rid of this, I can even pack my Old School Essentials kit into here and make it so that I can play that. The caveat to this setup is that I did have to carry my books with 5th edition. When I was playing Old School Essentials, I didn't carry this wooden like dice boat with me, and I packed my Old School Essentials book down here. That is doable. It's a viable way to pack this, and honestly I love playing Old School Essentials. My play group just didn't feel the same about the game, so you know, compromises are what they are. We've been playing other games recently, and my other play group, who I've been playing with more frequently recently, we've been playing Mausritter. So this whole setup hasn't come out there with me. I might actually bring some of this with me next time I go, just to supplement that game system, because it might be useful to have all this. When I do get this repacked for my game though, a lot of this is going to be gone. So the little boat thing, I'm going to be packing my rules in here. I do want to make a whole little bank setup to where I have everything in the bottom and when I close this on top, everything's just nicely enclosed down here. I might do maybe like just a leather insert kind of, where everything is packed down in there, and maybe it just has like slots for everything to fit nicely in there, so when this is closed on top, it just keeps everything nicely enclosed in here. I would like to make it so that once everything is in here, for my system, I can have my rulebook and a bank down, and maybe just a bank in the bottom of just, no, that's a lot of coins. Honestly, just a bank on the side, on one side, my rulebook and maybe some dice and stuff in the other. And then when I pop this on, I think this would be nice if this could be just mostly empty for just using it as a dice tray. And then this, maybe honestly, maybe my dice over here. I'm not exactly sure how it's gonna go, but all I know is I have a lot of room. And then with this insert being able to be put right here, yeah, there's a lot to rework. So, and with this much space, honestly, this is just a great DM toolkit. I've been using this for quite a while. I've had to rebuild it, only like twice because I broke it, but it's good, it's solid. I really like the aesthetic of just walking around with a wooden like briefcase as my DM toolkit. I'm glad to finally have it back. There is the question of how exactly, like, what I'll be using most of the space for, because in all honesty, the bottom of this could be filled with the coins and my rulebook, because I think my rulebook, if I'm right, the size of it, yeah, it can just fit sideways really easily. So I can have my rulebook in there, a bunch of coins on the other side, to have a little banking system, and then the top would be just, you know, just pack some dice in there. And honestly, the rulebook, man, I could have a rulebook, so many supplements, like adventure supplements, stuff like that, as long as they're all the size that I'm hoping they'll end up being. I don't think, let me check really quick. Now that I've shown you how I packed it with 5th edition, figure I should show you how I packed it with Old School Essentials. I don't think it can, yeah, see, their rulebook is just slightly too big for me to fit it in that way. So I always had to fit it in like this. And that kind of sucked because it meant that I couldn't fit as much stuff down here. I couldn't squeeze quite as much as I wanted to, which is fine. It's just made it a little more difficult to pack everything in the bottom. Just a little bit more, not a crazy lot more. But I didn't ever bring this thing as far as the boat thing goes. So I think that's enough. I don't quite remember how I used to pack for Old School Essentials, but you get the idea. There's already enough room that I can fit everything in here if I wanted to rearrange to be able to fit those in the top, because, yep, aha, just. Okay, anyways, so there's lots of ways you can pack this thing, and once it's packed, it's heavy as hell, but it's got everything you need in it. Like I said, I'm gonna be rearranging it for my game. There's a lot of like redundant stuff in here. So, as you can imagine, pretty hefty. Yeah, so I'm off to work. See you next time. Whoops. Here it is, guys, a DM toolkit. No big secrets or anything.